we had a woman came round. She was a school teacher, and I actually learnt to read while I was in Carshalton Hospital. And but anyway, quite on impulse, one day I asked the doctor if I could go home. I actually didn't know what home was. I'd been in institutes all the time up to then, and the only time I'd been at home, I was too young to know what home was anyway. It didn't mean a thing. I asked the doctor if I could go home, and he said, "Oh, yeah, we'll think about that. I'll always remember that. I'll think about that," he said. And all of a sudden I found myself at home. And the old man had married again, and we lived at Downham in South London near Catford. I was at home for 7 months, and I only had home for 7 months in all my childhood. I didn't know anything else at all. It was 2 years that, as far as I know, I didn't develop anything at all, except I learned to read. It was just a hospital environment. Yeah. In those days, you know, your parents came and saw you reluctantly about once every 2 months or something like that. They didn't like parents coming in because it upset the children. And I can remember the kids, when they knew that it was visiting day, we all used to sit up in bed and sway back and forth. Mummy, come-y, I can hear it now. All these kids, rows and rows of them, sitting up in bed, swaying back and forth like animals. Mummy, come-y. Whether it was mummy or daddy, it made no difference. It was mummy, come-y. I can remember it as if it was yesterday.
What was it like when your parents left, or people's parents left?
When
the children's parents left?
Oh, it was chaos. Tears, screams, this, that and the other. And nowadays parents can visit at any time. It's recommended that they can come and see them at any time. In those days, parents were a flaming nuisance. What the hell do you want to get all these grown-ups in here for? It upsets the children. Terrible. Absolutely appalling. The damage. Terrible. They wouldn't do it to an ordinary child, but if you were disabled, it didn't seem to matter. You were somewhere not quite made up, like Richard III, scarce made up. You're not aware of the world in these places. You go into hospital for a week and you're in a different world altogether. You think what it's like year after year after year, and it's the same in a home because you're still incarcerated, and you're not aware of the outside world in almost any way. And it's only after you come out you realise what a different setup you've been in.